When Animal Crossing New Horizons launched on March 20th, I eagerly waited for the package to arrive carrying it. I already made an early review of the game, but it's been about a month since then, and I've gotten a much more substantial taste of the game. I think we all know what time it is. It's review time. I've split the review into 4 main categories to really see what New Horizons is made of. The main points I'll be judging New Horizons on are gameplay, music, characters, and atmosphere. Of course, Animal Crossing doesn't have any bosses or a complex story, so those 2 categories are out of this review. After I review New Horizons with these 4 main categories, I'll unveil my score out of 100 for the game. Let's start with the gameplay. Unlike a lot of other games where you're blasting aliens, flying through the galaxy, or having a sword fight with an evil demon pig, Animal Crossing takes a more relaxed approach. It focuses on daily routine activities like picking fruit to sell, or paying off a loan, or even decorating your house. Every day I'll wake up and check my mailbox next to my house for letters from Islanders or maybe a package I ordered. I'll check my Nook phone for activities to do and check turnip prices for the stock market. New Horizons turns daily tasks into fun-filled activities. I don't think I've ever had this much fun fishing or catching bugs before in a game. The island you arrive on has so many secrets to explore. The wealth of fish, bugs, and fossils to find and donate to the museum always gives me something to do. For now, I'll just go down the list of New Horizons' main gameplay features. Also, I did finish the prologue, which was my main gripe with New Horizons in my early review. I'll talk more about that later. The most easily notable step up from the old games are the graphics. There's a notable difference from the last mainline game, New Leaf, to now in New Horizons. The island is gorgeous to explore, and just the simple action of walking around is so beautiful to look at. The sparkling water moving in the waves are mesmerizing, and the trees shaking in the wind and dripping after a rainfall are just amazing. The graphics department went above and beyond. Another big feature is crafting. The island is full of materials like wood, stone, clay, sticks, iron, weeds, and much more, which can be crafted into cool decorations, clothing, and useful tools. You can also customize your creations to make beautiful scenery for your island. Even though some minor inconveniences, like not having the ability to craft multiple things at once, like bulk crafting, and the overwhelming amount of dialogue you have to go through, but they just don't stand up to this great new feature. I can't imagine playing a past game without crafting. It just wouldn't be the same. Where past titles would stop, New Horizons goes even further, allowing you to place your decorations outside. I still can't believe this wasn't a feature in past games. Crafting and the ability to place items outside your home makes the experience feel so much more anchored around you, the player. The customization levels are off the charts. My most favorite feature of New Horizons is the museum. New Leaf's museum was cool, but this is just fantastic. The attention to detail is all there, and seeing all the fish, bugs, and fossils I, the player, got makes me so proud. By far, the fish exhibit is my favorite. The lighting on the water, environments in the cages like logs, plants, and lily pads and coral make it so appealing to look at. Also, the design for the fish and bugs looks so real. When you catch something, you get a short glimpse of it, and they are so well designed. They're just so real. Another feature is Nook Miles. Originally, I thought this would be a pain, but it turned out to be super useful. Doing daily tasks like fishing or chopping wood gets me money I like. Nook Miles can be exchanged for cool decorations, furniture, exclusive clothes, and best of all, Nook Miles tickets. Nook Miles tickets can be used at the airport. If you ask Orville, he'll fly you to a smaller random island. These can have sharks, tarantulas, exclusive flowers, and even new villagers. I was so excited to get a shark in the museum or farm tarantulas for money, but unfortunately, I just keep getting the same island. I've been to about 15 islands, I would say, but I've been to this one island with a lake-shaped fin for more than 6 to 7 times. It has no new flowers, fish, or basically anything. It's just so boring. Yes, I could go to get some money from it, but it's expensive to go on these Nook Miles islands, and getting the same one that doesn't have much of anything kinda feels like a ripoff. I keep getting Bamboo Islands too. Bamboo is cool, but with little to no recipes to use them with, it's kinda useless. Only twice have I gotten a decent island. Once I got an island with giant water bugs, which I could sell for a lot, and another time I got a foreign fruit island with oranges because my main fruit was apples. But I just want sharks and tarantulas. This could easily be fixed with a slight change to the percentages of what island you get, because this is not random. Another feature is terraforming. I was pretty optimistic when this was shown at the Direct, and even though I've only worked with it for a few days, I've had a lot of fun with it. It's a feature that really adds to that customization aspect of New Horizons. I can now build waterfalls, my own lake, my own mountain. You have the power to completely shape your island. That's a lot of power. One really useful mechanic is the Nook phone. All these mechanics are shrunk down as apps. You can use a camera, see your DIY recipes, check out the Critterpedia and Nook Miles activities, and much more. It's so cute and fits perfectly with Animal Crossing's theme, and it's just so nice to have something to organize all these new features that are shown. That's about it for the main gameplay mechanics for New Horizons. I do like the house decorator ability thing now. It helps take away those minor inconveniences, like not having enough space to walk around something, to place something on the wall. But I haven't used it that much. For the online play, I haven't used it at all yet, so I can't fairly judge it. If you want to play with me, you can ask me in the comments and I'll give you my code. I think that's what it's called. I don't really know that much about the online. The main problems I have with the gameplay are the prologue, which I talked about a lot in my early review, so I'll just keep it brief. The prologue feels so long and just unneeded. It shouldn't take a real-time week just to unlock hourly music and other key features. In New Leaf, you get almost everything on the first day. You get hourly music, you get the ability to go wherever, you already have a bridge built, the town hall, but in New Horizons, I know there's the whole building from the ground up, but this is just crazy. On the first day, you can't even cross the river, so I felt restricted and caged. Even though it provided objectives, which are a big yes, it provided them in a kind of annoying way. For New Time fans, a week of boring walking around can be the deciding factor of should I put the game down or not. Other small problems I had were not having the ability to do bulk crafting and aiming. When I'm trying to garden or collect fossils with my shovel, I always feel like my shovel is dug in the wrong place, and it'll be annoying to have to kind of get it back and put the dirt back in the hole. Other than that, New Horizons is really well in the gameplay category. Overall, the prologue was a dread, but after you finish it, it's no longer a problem. The lows of New Horizons' gameplay just can't stand up to the highs. Now, to the music. Music is something that holds a very special place in my heart in video games, and New Horizons knocked it out of the ballpark. The idea of a new theme for every hour is genius. Once again, Nintendo delivered a great soundtrack for an Animal Crossing game. The upbeat morning themes, mixed with the slower, more calm evening themes for as night approaches, makes this soundtrack a joy to listen to. I already made a video about my top 10 soundtracks for New Horizons, so if you're interested in New Horizons' music, go check it out. I love the different instruments, and the weather effect is so interesting. For example, if it's winter, you'll hear Christmas bells in the background. It adds that subtle detail that means a lot to me and listeners. It also enhances the atmosphere, which I'll get to later in the video. My main problem with New Horizons' music isn't the soundtrack, but how it's introduced. For the first week, you hear the prologue music, which is super repetitive and not that great in compared to the other soundtracks. Yes, there is a new theme for each phase, but they're all just remixes of each other. It's so repetitive and kind of annoying. I was so excited for the music when I saw the direct. I would replay the 20-second snippets of each theme just to get a taste of them. Waiting a whole week, and maybe even longer, depending on what you've done so far in the game, is a real letdown. Of course, I did finish the prologue and unlocked hourly music, which is just so much fun to listen to. Overall, I love this soundtrack, but the way you get it is a real letdown. One of the biggest features in the Animal Crossing franchise are the characters, or in this case, islanders. The residents in your town all have interesting personalities, which are really fun to explore. I like how if you give them a gift, you'll find it in their house somewhere. They're also very expressive. You'll see their house decorated based on their personality, and you can also see them doing unique daily tasks. For example, a jock-type islander will decorate their house with gym equipment and can be found working out outside. You can even see sweat coming out of them. The islanders also send you letters and can take part in mini-games or fun activities. It's so cool that you'll also find your islanders eating various foods, sleeping, fishing, catching bugs, or just enjoying the scenery. It feels real. Once in a while, I'll come across a weird islander with a creepy voice who I just don't want to have in my town. In past games, you'll just have to live with it. But in New Horizons, they completely solve this problem. One cool mechanic added in New Horizons is the campsite. Unlike past games, where an islander will just move in wherever they want and whenever they want, in New Horizons, they will camp out in the campsite. If the islander is to your liking, you can invite them to your island, and you choose where they live. This is a huge convenience that fans are rejoicing about. You can also find your islanders at Nook Miles Islands, who you can also invite or ignore. This feature of you, the player, choosing which islanders arrive and where they live makes me have so much more freedom, and it feels great. Also, I love how the Nooks feel like actual characters. In the resident services tent early in the game, you'll find Timmy and Tommy playing golf or drinking soda. The attention to detail is so nice to have. Tom Nook is a greatly designed character too. Instead of him being the guy you just talk to buy a house, he has a personality. You see him as a much more older and wiser character in the prologue. Of course, he's still ambitious and adventurous. I love how he's a big fan of KK Slider, and the prologue missions make him feel like a main character. Also, I just love his relationship with Isabelle. Tom Nook treats Isabelle like a long-lost friend reunited after a long wait. I love how in the town hall, they can be seen working out, sleeping, eating, working on a computer, writing, and just much, much more. The morning announcements are always fun to listen to. For the other people, like Blathers, Mabel and Sable, and the vendors and tournament hosts, I feel like they had a lot of time put into them. And I love how Blathers, the museum keeper, is scared of bugs. It's kind of hilarious when you give him one. Sable and Mabel are great partners, and the secret dialogue from Sable is a cool, fun secret to uncover. Kix and Label have cool designs, and Flick and CJ have really cool personalities. Overall, I feel like the characters in New Horizons just had a lot of effort and time put into them. I love the attention to detail, and definitely a double thumbs up for the characters in New Horizons. Atmosphere is something I use a lot in game reviews. I want to feel like I'm in the game. I want to feel like I'm there. Of course, a game like 1-2 Switch won't have atmosphere, but a game like Animal Crossing New Horizons will. I love just taking a stroll in my town at night. Hearing the crickets and the clitter-clatter of my feet on the pavement is just so surreal. I love laying back on a blanket on the beach, enjoying the sun and the calm waters. The tropical theme of New Horizons works wonders in the atmosphere category. The idea of islands and how you can use Dodo Airlines to travel to your friends' islands, Harv's Island, and Nook Miles Islands is just so cool. They even treated it like an advertisement at the Direct, the Deserted Island Getaway Package. I felt like I was really going on this adventure. Animal Crossing is a series that is very slow-paced. You're walking around, talking, decorating, and New Horizons made this feel rewarding and just good. Good job in the atmosphere category, New Horizons. Let's get to the final score. Of course, I couldn't mention every little thing about New Horizons in this review, because that'll probably take hours and hours and hours, because Animal Crossing games have so much to them. And I wasn't able to talk about some of this stuff because Animal Crossing games are meant to be played over years, and there's so much to explore because there's winter stuff, fall stuff, spring stuff, summer stuff. So some stuff kind of had to be left out. But let's get to the final score. My official score for Animal Crossing New Horizons is 95 out of 100. I wanted to keep it a little bit general and not do 93 or 97 because I haven't experienced everything and I didn't want to give it a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, so I thought that it's right in the middle. I know I've done a lot of 90 scores, but the games I've reviewed are really good, except Pokemon Sword and Shield, but that's a story that I've already gone over, I think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Potato Sensei, out.